Hey Zach, I'm gonna try to one-shot this so that I don't have to do any editing. Let's go! Alright, so I love that intro. Anyway, as you know, this week I moved down here to Utah to go to college, which is cool and a little freaky. Just a little freaky. Thursday or Wednesday we left Richland, came down here, nice and smoggy in Richland. Nice and not smoggy here, although everybody's like, it's so smoky. I'm like, I had 1.5 miles visibility when I left my town. Don't complain about the smoke. It's like clear as all get out here. And then, so that was pretty much Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Didn't do a whole lot. Met a few people. Figured out where all my classes were. And then Sunday rolled around. I tried to go to church. It turns out that the day before classes start, they switched to an earlier meeting time. So they said that on LDS.org, it says that the meeting time is at 1, and I think it still does. But meeting time was actually at 11. So I ended up going to sacrament meeting with a different ward, and then I tried to go to Sunday school with them, but they all like disappeared. I figured because they knew where they were going. And then I found my ward because they were doing social things after church, and I got like the paper to transfer records and things like that. And then I turned that, gave it back to them at FHE on Monday, where I mostly watched people play volleyball. We went over to the outdoor recreation center and we had like pizza and ice cream, and there are sand volleyball pits, so people played volleyball. I didn't. I was like, no, with the lungs. They're still not down with this whole elevation thing. I have been riding my bike to class, but getting back is super difficult. Like, I don't even have to pedal at all to get down to class. But getting back up is annoying because I'm at like the very top of all of the hills this way, technically. Hills this way. There's lots of hill. Classes down here. Dorms are like up here. So that's been interesting. My first class was Chinese. It's shaping up to be an interesting class. We're kind of just talking about stuff right now, just general introductory stuff. I just drove my left hand and that's not working. Okay, some editing just happened. Anyway, Chinese is shaping up to be an interesting sort of class. The instructor is from Taiwan and the TA's from somewhere in mainland China. I don't remember where. But yeah, that's shaping up to be cool. We're just kind of talking about Chinese in general right now and like the different kinds of dialects that there are. Politically dialects, technically languages. I mean, like, as a linguist, I'm like, those are languages. Those are different languages. You cannot speak to each other and understand, so they are languages. But like, politically, they're dialects because that's what the communists say. So, dialects. Anyway, that's been fun. We're just taking, you know, main big one, Mandarin, the northern dialect language from Beijing. And then the second class I went to was, more editing just happened. The second class I went to was Asian civilization traditions, which looks like it's also going to be a pretty interesting class. It's from like Asia, from like 500 to 1500 AD, so like 1 millennium of Asian history. I'm excited. The professor looks pretty cool. He is like 45 and he looks like he might maybe be 30, which is interesting, but interesting. I'm clearly not one-shotting this. There will be editing. Crap. Third class was language myths, which is also like a statistics thing, and it also looks pretty cool. Like, all of my classes look cool. I'm excited about all of them. We talked very first day of class, we talked about vocal fry. Very first day of class, we talked about vocal fry, which is like when you talk like this. I do it a lot. You've probably noticed, Zach. Some of you discerning listeners who are not my brother have probably noticed. I do that a lot. I don't know how long I've done it. I do it. Yeah. So I had some interesting sorts of insights to give, and then the Institute. I'm taking Book of Mormon, which is interesting. I mean, I took Book of Mormon over the summer, but the Book of Mormon's always good. And I'm taking Jesus Christ and the Everlasting Gospel, which is like a new Institute class, and it's about Jesus Christ, like Old Testament up to modern day, as far as I can tell. The teacher's new. It's his first time ever teaching Institute. He's been a seminary teacher for a really long time. And then my new class today was Intro to Linguistics, which is being taught by one of the PhD students here who's into syntax, which should be helpful because I'm kind of uncomfortable with syntax. Like, it's not super my thing. So hopefully that will help me be better at syntax. And that is all of my new stuff. I think I already said this, but my lungs have not gotten used to this whole being like 4,000 feet above sea level. And yeah, that's been kind of painful, but I can get to class and back, so I'll be fine in a couple of weeks when my lungs are like, oh, so you're like serious about being here. Fine. We will adjust. You can have more lung capacity. Alright, I will see you on Thursday. Bye.